All right, so there's a trend going on YouTube right now of guys firing a 50 BMG out of a 12 gauge shotgun. And typically I don't like to get video ideas from other gun tubers. This is probably one of the first times I've ever done it actually. But if I do, I'll give credit where it's due. So I know Edwin has done a couple of them lately. Iraq Veteran did one like 10 years ago. There's a bunch of videos out there of guys doing this. But today I wanna actually put this to the test and see how effective a 50 BMG really is when you shoot it out of a 12 gauge shotgun. So this is a 50 BMG, just an absurd rifle cartridge, and this is a 12 gauge shotgun. These two are definitely not made for one another, but from the videos I've seen, you can actually fire a 50 BMG relatively safely out of a 12 gauge shotgun. The problem is this is obviously a necked rifle cartridge designed for a 50 caliber rifle, and the 12 gauge shotgun shoots a very different caliber. So because the 12 gauge is a cylindrical shotgun shell and not a necked rifle cartridge like this, the chamber of the shotgun allows a lot of that pressure to escape, and it even expands the neck of this shell casing quite a bit. So today I want to see how much power are you actually losing when you shoot a 50 BMG out of a 12 gauge shotgun. So even though this most likely won't blow the gun up, I'm definitely not gonna shoot this in my bare hands, obviously. So we got the gun sled out here for this one with our 12 gauge shotgun sitting on top of it. And the first test we're gonna do is the chronograph test. So a chronograph basically just measures the velocity of a bullet, and a 50 BMG is usually going around 3,000 feet per second. But out of a 12 gauge shotgun, I think it's gonna be significantly slower than that. All right, our 50 is in the shotgun. Well, as expected, it kind of flew off the sled, but shout out to Gorilla Tape for keeping that thing strapped in. So let's take a look at our chronograph here. All right, so I hope you guys can see that. 869 feet per second. So that is a drastic difference from what you're gonna get out of an actual 50 BMG rifle, obviously. That's more like a slow 45 ACP or something. There's not too many guns that clock in under 900 feet per second, but that's a 660 grain projectile you're sending out of there. So probably still carries a lot of energy. Let's see if we can find our bullet. Check that out. That is our 50 BMG stuck in the railroad tie. I can't get it out, but that's definitely our bullet. And it's stuck in there backwards, which tells me that it was obviously tumbling coming out of the barrel. Obviously a shotgun barrel is bigger in diameter than a 50 BMG, so it's super unstable, and that's obviously why you're getting 869 feet per second instead of 3,000 feet per second. But it still hit that railroad tie hard enough to stick in there to the point where I can't pull it out. So let's shoot some other stuff. And here's our shell casing after being shot through that shotgun, and you can see it completely blew out the neck of the shell casing and turned it into the shape of a shotgun shell, basically. All right, let's try one in a ballistics gel block. Thanks to Clear Ballistics, as always, for providing the ballistics gel, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think is gonna happen here, because we know it's going much slower than it should be, but it's still a 660 grain projectile, so I don't really know what to expect. Here we go. Well, this ballistics gel result is wild. So here's the front of our gel block where that 50 BMG went in, and look at the unburnt powder and the mark that it left on the front of that gel block. I hope you guys can see that, but there's a million little yellow grains of unburnt powder. And then if you look at the front from the inside here, you can really see it. I would say a large majority of that powder is not burning, obviously because it's going through a shotgun, and unfortunately the bullet curved and exited our gel block 3/4 of the way down. But I gotta say, I'm surprised that it went that far. That's probably 13 or 14 inches of penetration in this 10% gel block, and then it exited, and I couldn't have planned for that because it exited out the side, but that's more penetration than I thought it would get, honestly. We'll try it one more time. Attempt number 2. All right, I lowered the barrel of our shotgun so I could try to get a lower impact on the gel, and you can see where that one hit right there. Once again, tons of unburnt powder. And if you look at our gel block here, you can see, hopefully, where this one actually went and curved down and hit our cinder block right there. And before I watched the slow-mo footage back, I thought that we lost that one as well. Whoa. Yes. And then I looked about 2 feet behind our cinder block and found this. That is a 50 BMG projectile for sure. And it actually, as I'm sure you guys have already seen, went into the gel block, dipped down, hit the cinder block, and kind of rolled back a couple feet and stopped right there. Completely undamaged, obviously, no deformation, still kind of hot. But again, man, I'm actually impressed with how deep these 50 BMGs are going into this ballistic gel. That one went probably more than halfway into the gel before, once again, it dipped down and hit our cinder block. But if they could go straight, it would probably pass all the way through this ballistic gel. The first one almost did. So although it's only going 900 feet per second, it's such a heavy bullet that it's hard to stop in the ballistics gel. That's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna cap this video off with something a little bit more reactive. So on the cinder blocks here, we have 3 watermelons. These were actually frozen overnight, so they're extra soft now that they've been sitting out here in the sun for a couple hours. Let's see what the 50 does to these. So that wasn't too impressive. I like how our shotgun ended up though, right here in between the legs of our gun sled. But you can see our watermelons over here. It looks like the first one is right here. Pretty good hole on that one. Kind of blew probably the front half of it off. Second watermelon, similar result. Pretty much split it in half. And then our third watermelon right here. I don't know if it was going up or down or to the side or what. But it looks like it just kind of skimmed that last watermelon. But either way, not the result you would get with a 50 or a 12 gauge shotgun, but still not too shabby for the completely wrong caliber. All right, everybody, there you have it. I hope you all enjoyed the video today. Like I said, I did get this idea from other gun tubers that I've seen over the years, shooting 50s out of 12 gauge shotguns. Always wanted to do it, and I haven't seen any videos of people actually testing the velocity and the ballistics gel results and stuff like that. So thought I'd bring you guys out here with me today and give this a shot. And I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised, especially with the ballistics gel results. That's not what I expected when I came out here. So pretty cool, not practical. Obviously this is just for fun and just another redneck science experiment that we do on here from time to time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.